Hi guys, this is a Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2. This is approved detailing, the UAE's XPEL's largest facility, and today we're going to show you how we're doing PPF on this brand new car straight from the dealership. Let's go. So here we are, the other side of the car, and if you guys have seen our videos before, you'll know that the cars don't just roll in for PPF straight from outside. They have to come in, they have to have a wash, decontamination, and they have to have a polish. Why do they have to have a polish when I've just told you that this Cullinan is brand new straight from the dealership? Well, it's no offense to any dealership, it's just that we do a different kind of polishing because there'll still be some micro scratches and swirl marks. There's never been one car in my 8 years that hasn't needed to have something done in preparation to PPF. But the good news is, don't forget that when you do PPF, you seal in all the perfection with the paint. So today we have Kim and JM, and they're just about to put the PPF on this door here. So it's absolutely pre-cut. We don't need to remove any badge or panels. Before we get into that, we're going to go straight into the design room and see Wendell, so we can show you so you guys can see a little bit what's going on. So welcome to our design room where we say all our magic happens, but it's coming a line that I use in every video now. And I really want to draw your guys' attention to the film we're using. So we're only using XPEL. These yellow boxes here. Now, the reason that we are so poignant with it, and we mentioned we are the UAE's largest XPEL certified destination, is because unfortunately, where it's a clear film, these are all falling out, but I'm going to show you. Where it's a clear film, you really have to be certain that when you are doing your research for PPF, that these film that is actually being put on your car is actually what you're being told. Why? Because you need to be using something that is actually certified, actually works in an environment like this, and also is actually being placed on by people who have been properly trained. I see so many times, in fact, we've been running an ad campaign recently, and we deliberately put a price that was more than half the price of what we would charge as an absolute minimum. Now, you laugh, but the problem is here, all the time we're getting inquiries and we're like, oh, our price is this for this car. And they're like, oh, well, I've been offered this price elsewhere. The problem is, guys, I've been working with XPEL for 8 years, okay? 8 years. I have to show you that on fingers, God. And we're gonna keep rolling because that was worth it. But the point is, you cannot even buy the material, thank you, Wendell, for that price, okay? And that's let alone the labor and the hours and the other products that we use to apply the PPF. So please don't fall into that trap. Cheaper is not best, and more than many times I've had clients who came to us, said, I really like your place, but you know, it's just out of my budget, I've gone for this price. Then they actually end up paying twice because they went to this place, maybe that place damaged their car, maybe they found out they weren't using a certain material they wanted, and then they're back to square one, and then they have to pay for removal as well, okay? So, it ran over. Let's talk back to the Cullinan. Let me just pop this box back down here. By the way, in this box you can see the rolls, one of which fell out gracefully earlier. And what Wendell, our designer, does is cut the material with that plotter behind you there. Now, he labels them nicely because this one's actually for the M2 that's coming in soon. This isn't for the Cullinan, but what he does is he labels them because at the end of the day, it is a clear film. The guys are experts, but they do have to have some kind of map so they know. Actually, also, in case you saw any other brands in our facility, that is because this is colored PPF, colored PPF, colored PPF. So XPEL, they're working on colored PPF. They're not quite there yet with a big color range. So there are some perfectly good brands for colored PPF. But when it comes to the clear, satin or gloss PPF, we're only using XPEL, okay? Get that into your head. So here we go. Here's Wendell and here is the Cullinan. You can see beautiful pre-cut. No need to remove any badges or panels. You can see there, he's got the door that the guys are about to do there. Let me just pop in front of you there. Why is there holes? Because we're not removing any badges or panels. So you've got the keyhole, the door handle, the mirror stalk. If a client does turn around and say, actually, I don't want these seams, which by the way, they're barely visible because they're hidden, then we really, if somebody really wanted to, we could remove like the wing mirror and the door handle. It's so there won't be any seam. This is very rare that happens, because at the end of the day, we're working on really high-end cars and often they're brand new, so why would you want to take apart a brand new car unnecessarily? But we can do it. Our guys are very capable, especially when we're doing complete color change. Of course, we have to remove all the parts, but back to over here. So here we are, we're back with JM, Kim, and the team, John down there. And we are actually about to put on this door. So as you can see, they've just taken away the backing. They're putting the PPF on. They've cleaned the surface beforehand, by the way, again, just to make sure there's no contaminants on the door. And as you can see those seams that we've just spoken about on the computer there. So you can see just here, they're putting behind the wing mirror and they're putting behind the door handle, and it's gonna look absolutely flawless when it's finished. Now, talking about pre-cut. Now, as I just told you, we don't remove any badges or panels. Sometimes we call the decision where it's better for the overall finish of the car, where certain parts we'll do manually. So for example, I'm gonna actually show you this fender here. Now, if you're familiar with Rolls-Royce, you're gonna know that this is quite synonymous with the brand, to have this very sharp front fender here. So it's one piece as well, by the way. There's no seams on the car. So when you do the PPF, actually the template is, there'll be a seam here sometimes. And the seam, maybe it will have a gap, maybe you can close it if you have a skilled technician, but you don't want a seam at all, right? Because a seam there, it would just be yuck, okay? So JM, I'm really sorry, can I ask you to just move and zoom in here? I don't know if you can see that on the corner. This panel is partly pre-cut. So it's pre-cut there, all the way down here. Lovely, straight, beautiful line around there. But if you come to the front, thank you JM, and zoom in here, this part is a little bit manual, okay? Why is it a little bit manual? Because when we install it, if it was pre-cut, you have to, of course, slide it exactly into place. And sometimes on big panels, actually more often a big bonnet versus a fender, if we extend the edges, you'll be able to slide around and have that little bit more freedom, which will guarantee you no horrible stretch marks. You don't want those stretch marks. Wouldn't you rather sacrifice it a little bit for the flawless finish? So it's still, you minimize the risk of that, but you maximize the flawless finish. So very nice. And I dare say we've done that on the bonnet too, actually. So let me see. This is where I prove my height. Thank you, John, you read my mind. See, this is pretty straight, right? But I can tell you this is actually cut manually. Again, because you have all these seams in the bonnet and it's such a big piece. So you want to really extend the templates, which we do as well. Sometimes not just for doing manual work, we extend the templates when they're pre-cut as well. So then when this is put underneath, it's going to look absolutely flawless. And again, no chance of horrible stretch marks on the bumpier areas as well. Well guys, that is it, the final result. This Cullinan Series 2 is absolutely beautiful. Guess what? That beauty is protected because this has been fully protected with XPEL Ultimate Plus, over 10 years warranty. You need to bring your car here now and get the same result. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and we're going to see you next time. Bye!